Did you know that there are some really easy ways to make sure your body language matches exactly what we're saying? Let me tell you about my friend David, a high school teacher who learned the crucial lesson about the importance of matching the body language with words in a way that didn't quite go as planned. David is known among his colleagues for his thoughtful communication. But even the best of us can have an off day. It was during one of those parent-teachers conferences, an event that David usually handles with ease. He was set to meet Mrs. Thompson, a mother concerned about her son's performance. So David prepared carefully, gathering reports and thinking of ways to reassure her. As Mrs. Thompson walked into the room, she arrived. David could tell she was a bit anxious. He greeted her with a smile and showed her where to sit. But as they got into the conversation, David's attention turned mostly to the papers in front of him. He got so caught up in explaining the data that he didn't realize he wasn't making eye contact and he was sitting very stiffly. Mrs. Thompson noticed David's body language. She thought he wasn't really interested in the discussion. She started to respond in short, clipped sentences, her annoyance growing. The meeting, meant to be helpful, turned into a string of misunderstandings. It wasn't until David finally looked up and saw Mrs. Thompson's worried face and expression and her crossed arms that he understood something was wrong. The friendly and open talk he wanted to have was not happening. He tried to change the tone and make the conversation lighter, but it was a bit too late. Mrs. Thompson left the meeting still feeling worried and not very reassured. Later, David thought about what happened and realized his mistake. He was so focused on the facts that he forgot to connect on a personal level. His body language didn't show the supportive and helpful attitude he wanted to convey. It was a reminder for David that how he communicates is just as important as what he is communicating. Now, contrast David's experience with that of what happened to my friend Emily at her son's birthday party. Emily is a dedicated mom and she works at a company. She's usually quite conscious of her body language, but during Jack's birthday party, while she was busy setting up the games and cutting the cake, she found herself talking to another mom, Karen, about school policies. As they talked, Emily thought she was showing agreement and understanding. However, while busy with the party tasks, she didn't realize that she had unintentionally crossed her arms and her expression looked somewhat stern. Reflection of her concentration on the party details rather than the conversation she was having. Karen, picking up on these cues, felt that Emily was a bit distant, even though her words were friendly. It took quite a quick gesture from another friend who gently opened her arms in a welcoming pose for Emily to realize her mistake. She quickly adjusted herself, uncrossed her arms, and she relaxed her face into a more open expression. The change was immediate. The conversation became warmer and more relaxed, truly reflecting Emily's friendly intentions. This small incident at the party served as a subtle reminder for Emily. Even though she understood the importance of non-verbal communication in the puzzle of hosting a birthday party, she momentarily forgot to ensure her body language matched her spoken words. These stories from David and Emily demonstrate how easily it is to forget about our non-verbal cues and the significant effect they can have. The key takeaway? When we become aware of our body language and adjust it in time, we can see a positive shift in our interactions. Now, here are 3 tips to help you keep your non-verbal communication consistent. Stay open. Keep an open stance, especially in sensitive discussions. Avoid crossing arms or turning away, as this might seem defensive. Number 2, match your expressions. Make sure your facial expressions genuinely mirror your feelings. A natural smile or nod can reinforce your words and show you're truly engaged. Number 3, pause and check. In moments of stress or strong emotion, take a moment to ensure your body language reflects what you meant to say. This can prevent misunderstandings. Remember, both David's and Emily's experiences reminds us of the powerful role of our non-verbal communication plays in every interaction. And don't forget to join us on Monday for Mindfulness for Grief and Loss, Navigating Emotions with Compassion. We'll explore how mindfulness can assist us in managing and expressing our emotions during life's challenging moments. Until then, try to keep these non-verbal communication tips in mind. And remember, a small adjustment can make a significant difference in how your message is received and understood. If you'd like to keep nurturing meaningful and deep connections with mindful communication, I am sharing additional information in my blog. Head over to www.getpositivelyiinspired.com where you'll find more good stuff and book recommendations. And don't forget to subscribe. There is so much more coming and you won't want to miss any of it. See you on Monday. Live on purpose.